More, please. It's your boy Rewind Benji. This song's talking about...
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Ritz. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube Messiah of Limited, never duplicators, Superstar Tim Vicious. And yes, it is that time of year, of course. I have to be the only motherfucker out there on YouTube that can make a leopard printed Santa hat look sexy as fuck. And well, we're gonna go over to Raw this week. Was in Louisville, Kentucky. But before we do that, we're gonna switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. The big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it started out with the Usos defending their undisputed tag titles against the New Day. And man, just like Sheamus says, banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, man. I cannot think of one bad New Day versus Usos match. And if anyone does know it, I'm almost kind of hesitant for you to tell me in the comments. This was a hell of a match. I absolutely fucking loved it. This was a hell of a way to start the show. Usos wound up getting the win, so they are now the official longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. So yeah, afterwards, Usos wound up getting in the back, saw Roman. Roman said he needed to talk to them about something. He'll do that later on tonight. We'll get to that in a minute. Next up, they had the first round match for the WWE SmackDown World Cup, and I have to call shenanigans on this because and I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm going with this, you can't have a World Cup without the best in the world, Shane McMahon. No Shane McMahon, can't really say it's the best in the world. I'm just saying. Either way, it was Santos Escobar going against Shinsuke Nakamura. Santos got the win, much to my surprise, and I'm saying that in a positive way because, honestly, my first thought was with Nakamura, he would have got the win, possibly win the cup, and then get a challenge against Gunther at some point because them two did have a hell of a good match. That was my personal thought. I am happy. I'm one of those kind of weird motherfuckers that's actually happy when they get proven wrong, because then I learn a whole new thing altogether. I'm not one of those kind of fuckers that are like, oh man, I was wrong, ugh. I'm like, oh well, I was wrong, okay. Let's see where this goes now. Interesting. Cool. So yeah. Also at a six-pack women's challenge, winner faces Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown women's title at Survivor Series. It was Raquel Rodriguez, Shotzi, Lacey Evans, Xia Li, Liv Morgan, and Sonya Deville. Hell of a match, very much so what you would expect, a lot of car crash moments. At one point there was a moment where there was supposed to be a table spot, but the table would not break and it looked ugh. That was nasty. Somebody could have legit got hurt on that. Just ugh. Anyways, Shotzi got the win and I was happy for that. I was legitimately happy for that. And you know, I don't understand because it's weird because I see a lot of positive and a lot of negative towards Shotzi, and I don't get the negative because her character pretty much is the exact same as it was in NXT, and her NXT persona was pretty much the exact same as it was on the Indies. I don't understand where the dislike comes from. If somebody out there could explain it to me, I'll be more than happy to listen. But yeah. So, Shotzi's going to have a match against Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title. Do I think she's going to win it? More than likely, no. Do I think she's going to give Ronda a hell of a good match, though? Yeah, definitely. Next up had another first round World Cup match. Jinder Mahal going against Braun Strowman. I'm pretty sure you can guess on how this went. Strowman got the win. He just pretty much decimated him. Yeah. We were supposed to have B-Fab going against Zelina Vega, which, whew, that would have been a heart pills and a defibrillator moment if that would have happened. However, we were interrupted by the return of the Viking Raiders with Sarah Logan, and a lot of people were saying that, Sarah Logan copied Max the Impaler's look. Sarah Logan's doing like a Mad Max Road Warriors look. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck off. Dude, no. No, because this is where your history books come into place, folks. You go back and you look at history. The way Sarah Logan was dressed, Viking war paint. And more to the point, like a Viking witch. Trust me, I know, this is my culture. So, yeah. Now, do you want to say, can you say, oh, she looks like a cheap Kmart version of Maxine Peller? You could say that all you want, dude. That's freedom of speech. You know? Say whatever the fuck you want. I don't have to agree with it. Just fuck off if that's all you're ever going to do, and just instead of focusing on, oh, hey, cool, the Raiders are back. Oh, and they attacked Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma. So, hey, there we go. Now we got instant feuds. As opposed to, you know, complaining about on how one wrestler looks almost kind of like another. You know? I mean, no, I remember vividly, and it's burnt into my fucking brain. At one point in WCW, they had Perry Saturn running around wearing a women's dress, and at the same time, Droz in WWF at the time was doing the exact same thing. And I know the internet wasn't around at that time, so the whole argument, where was the uproar then, it would be irrelevant, but dude, it's wrestling. Just enjoy it. If you don't like it that much, honest to God, turn the remote off and walk away, read a book, and watch something else or something, dude. Nobody's putting a gun to the back of your head and saying you have to watch this or you're going to eat a bullet for a sandwich. No one is saying that. You don't like it, turn it off. It's that simple. So, at the end of SmackDown, Roman goes to confront the Usos. He has them come out. Just as he's about to, next thing you know, Butch and Rich Holland come out and say, you know what, we're looking for a fight. Roman starts laughing like, I don't know if y'all are good at numbers or nothing, but there's only 2 of you and there's 4 of us. Who said it's just us? And then out comes the return of Jimmy! Sheamus is back. Glad to see Jimmy back. And then it turns into a good old-fashioned fight. Turns into a good old-fashioned 4-on-3 fight. Always like them kind of odds. And then, just as it looks like the Bloodline may start picking up, may start winning it, out comes Drew McIntyre. So, you got an angry Irishman, an angry Scotsman, and two angry gents from the UK. Whew, man, this definitely don't sound going. And those 4 boys are going against 4 angry Samoans. You know, this just sounds like something from a history book right here. So, this definitely is more than likely setting up for War Games. And honest to God, I am all fucking for it. I love that idea. So, yeah, that's all that happened on SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw, Louisville, Kentucky. It starts out with Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because his middle name is not frickin'. And just, he's out there highlighting and emphasizing on how he is a revolutionary, a visionary, a drip god, if you will. And, you know, your United States champion, he's the greatest, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And then out comes Bobby Lashley. And my first thought when I see Bobby Lashley, ooh, fuck, where the hell did he get that gash on his chest right there? He's got like a straight line going down right there. Fuck! The hell hit him? What the hell hit him and his whatever it is still alive? Because goddamn, I'd be scared to shit the fucking do something to make Lshley bleed like that. To leave a scar on Lshley like that. Just, ugh. Yeah. Anyways, Bobby came out, talked about on how he's only still U.S. champ because he took out Theory, this, that, and the other. He wants his shot. He wants his shot at his title back. Seth was saying, you know, you had your shot, but instead you tried to take my soul. So, no. Then out comes Mustafa Ali, and as he's walking down the aisle, I just, again, the way my brain thinks, I'm just looking. If he wore an eye patch, he could pull off a good Sagat cosplay. Because he's wearing Muay Thai shorts, he's got his hands taped up to like here, you know. All he'd need is just some prosthetics for a scar on his chest. And just, yeah, that'd be perfect. Excuse me. And he'd be perfect for it. Anyways, Mustafa Ali, he's out. He's saying he wants his shot. And he's pissed off because Bobby took it from him, this, that, and the other. Bobby then throws Ali out. And then Seth's like, no, you know what? Screw you guys. He takes a page out of Cartman's book and does, screw you guys. I'm going home. Screw you. Home. And gets out of there. And then we get our first match of the night. Bobby Lashley versus Mustafa Ali. And, you know, I wish I could say this was really a match. This was more of a slaughter. This was like, you know, Mustafa Ali was pretty much like a lamb to the slaughter. He was just, he tried to fight back. He really did. But it was like seeing a 5-year-old trying to fight Mike Tyson in his prime. And, yeah. Just, yeah. Oof. Man, there's no other way around that. And Bobby, he pretty much dominated and powered all through it. He got the win. He did a spear and then got the hurt lock in. Ali never tapped, though. He just passed out and then the ref called for it. So next up, where we get our next match, it was Mia Yim going against Tamina. This is a very good match. Good showing for Mia. You know, really dug it. Afterwards, Damage Control saw her and was like, you know, we need another person for our War Games team and to go against Bianca, and we feel you would be great for it. It's like, well, yeah, I have been kind of ignored like you guys have been preaching. Not quite sure though. Let me think about it. And then Styles, Gallows, and Anderson came over with some icy cold beverages to share around with the group. So next up, we get our next match. Matt Riddle going against Chad Gable, and man, when these two get in the ring, it's like it's like a fucking symphony. These two are just so great, and solid with each other. And I think it was either Corey Graves or Kevin Patrick, one of them, put it best. Gable has got the grappling game down. Riddle has got the striking and the submission game, and it's just like, honest to God, it's like peanut butter and chocolate when you put them two together. It's like, wow, that damn good. Really great, solid action with both guys. Riddle wound up leading the pace post-break, and it was really good to see. A good match, really good match. I highly recommend you watch it whenever you can. Match came to an end when Gable got the win, wound up getting a backslide, wound up doing a backslide onto Riddle, and Gable put his feet on the ropes, and Otis was holding down the feet. So yeah, he got the 1, 2, 3. Later on in the show, they showed Gable doing an interview, issuing a challenge for a tag match, Alpha Academy against Riddle and Elias, and man, it's just times like these I really wish Randy was healing up real good and could come back soon. Yeah. We miss you, Randy. Next up, we got Dominik Mysterio going against Shelton Benjamin, and they showed a little backstage interview moment from earlier in the day where Shelton, where Dominik was talking down to Shelton, you know, oh, you haven't been relevant for X amount of time, you're not, you know, you're barely ever on TV, blah, 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 kind of shit. And then just as Shelton's about to step to him, Damian Priest's like, whoa, whoa, hey, you got a problem with one of us, you got a problem with all of us. You got a problem, and if you got a problem, why don't you step up and take a challenge, man? And Shelton's like, you're right. You know what, Damian? You're right. I'm going to take a challenge against you. And then pointed to Dominik. I'll see you tonight, kid. So that's on how we got the match. Best way I could really sum up this match, Dominik was doing really good chicken shit heel. And, you know, it's been about 2 years since he's been on TV now, and he is improving. Now, we're not, you know, and I'm going to make sure I say this right. Not going to always see somebody rise up and be a big mega hit star right away. Rey Mysterio, his dad sure as hell didn't. Eddie Guerrero, his real dad sure as hell didn't. You know? It takes time, and sometimes you gotta screw up and do bad shit so that way you can learn on how to do the good shit. You know? I mean, Christ, if it wasn't for the fact that Steve Austin came in as the ringmaster, I don't think he would have ever wound up being offered the gimmick, being able to go and make the idea of pitching a Stone Cold gimmick, because he had such a shitty run on that. He had to get repackaged. I'm just saying. But as far as this match went, man, yeah, Dominik, really good chicken shit healing. Really dug it. Match came to an end when Priest wound up distracting Benjamin at one point when he had an ankle lock in. Dominik was able to get the ropes. And then as Shelton's out over the ring yelling at Priest, Dominik then throws him into the ring post, pops him with a DDT, and then does a frog splash 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Next up we got a women's match. Io Sky going against Dana Brooke. Dana, of course, extremely distraught and upset because her 24/7 championship was thrown in the trash last week after Nikki won it. And the 24/7 title is officially retired now. So the history books show Titus O'Neil, first 24/7 champion. Nikki Cross, last 24/7 champion. Most loved 24/7 champion, though, R-Truth. Io Sky versus Dana Brooke. Yeah. Good thing I took the heart pills for this one. Really good match. Io, she was leading the entire match during the entire time, and just, wow. Well, it was a good outing for her. Io wound up getting a win when she did a moonsault. After the match, Mia came out and said, you know, you're right, I should pick a side for this war, and I did. And then out comes Bianca, Bliss, and Asuka, so Mia is officially on Team Bianca. 10 get you 20, Candice LeRae is going to be the final member for Team Bianca. They did also announce next week on Raw that they're going to do a match to see who gets the War Games advantage. Next up, we got Theory going against Dolph Ziggler, and this came to be because during an interview with Theory, he was giving reasoning and explaining on why he chose to cash in on Seth as opposed to the other option being Roman, basically summing it up, saying Roman is on like a god level, and he knew he couldn't touch him. So he went for the next best thing. And he lost, and now he's got, he's been told he was the youngest this and the youngest that, and now he's no longer doing that. He's just now getting down and dirty, white knuckle, getting his shit together kind of thing. Ziggler looked at him and was like, came up, kid, I was trying to help teach you on this stuff back when you first got here. You didn't want to listen then, and now you got to pay for it. If you would have taken the time to actually listen to somebody who did have to deal with that stuff, maybe you would have learned. Maybe you wouldn't have had the worst cash-in ever. Of course, I wouldn't know. I had the best. And it's a tough call to say who had the best cash-in. Dolph Ziggler or on the Raw after Mania, or Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It's like a coin toss between the two. It's depending on the day and the time of the day and the day of the week, it's whichever one. But either way, Theory versus Ziggler. This was a good match. Theory was was pretty much leading with authority, like in a very angry, pardon the pun, vicious like manner. Match came to an end with a no contest when Theory just going full on ballistic and man on Ziggler and assaulting him, just striking him, bam, wham, wham, going to town on him, just whoa, getting down and dirty, blood, getting all sorts of mean and nasty like with him, and then pops off. Next up, we got Corbin going against Akira Tozawa, and this came to be because they showed Corbin doing a poker game with JBL and some random guy. Corbin wins, and then Tozawa comes over. I want to play. JBL, son, you know this is poker, right? Yes. You know on how to play poker? No. Whoa, hell, in that case, your money's good. Here, sit on down. We'll cut you in. And then they come back. They show Corbin and JBL losing, and Tozawa with all the chips on there. All right, call. And then I think Tozawa had a full house or a royal flush, and yeah. And then afterwards, Corbin tried cheating, and he just called him out. Cheater! And then got up. Meet me outside. And JBL, what do you want to duel him now? No. In the ring. Like, uh-huh. So, that's on how we get to this match. And Tozawa was surprisingly leading this match, and not in a, oh, I'm gonna do this and then you're gonna get a last 5 minute comeback kind of way. It was like, no, he's really taking down the big man kind of way. Like, damn. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot for a good minute on how good Tozawa was. Just because of on how much he's shown on how good he is with his comedy shtick. Just damn. But the match came to an end when Tozawa jumped off the ropes for a crossbody. Corbin caught him and then boom, popped him with an end of days. 1, 2, 3. That kind of way of winning, I'm 100% cool with. Not that leading 99.999% of the match and then miraculous comeback and then finish. So, yeah. So now we come to main event of the night. Finn Balor going against Seth Elizabeth Rollins for the coveted WWE United States Championship. And well, really good, nice feeling out at the start. Balor, he was leading post-break. This was really good, solid action. Man, I forgot just on how good Finn is as a heel, man. Like, I was watching his stuff in New Japan back when he was leading the Bullet Club as Fergal, and just like, whew, damn. Forgot on how good his shit is. Like, wow. And yeah, really good match. I dug it. As the match went on, Seth was building momentum, and then Judgment Day came down, started running distractions, started throwing Seth off. As that's going on, then out comes Mia Yim, Styles, Gallows, and Anderson, and then there's a big brouhaha brawl on the outside, and then ref gets distracted because Dominik crawls into the ring to get away from the fight. As that's going on, Balor is climbing up to go and do a coup de grace onto Seth, and as he's climbing up, AJ boom, throws him off the ropes, which, side note, earlier it was announced AJ Styles Finn Balor at Survivor Series 1-on-1. Now, I guarantee if this match would be in the Tokyo Dome, oh my god, it would get 12 and 7/8 stars. But, you know, because it's a WWE show, it'll only get like 1 or 2.5 stars. Either way, AJ throws Finn off the rope, and then that gives Seth time to set himself up. He then goes and winds up hitting, and then Seth winds up hitting a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. That is it. And then, yeah. So your winner and still champion Seth Rollins. Afterwards, Austin Theory then comes down, beats the living shit out of Seth, and then pops him with two A-Town downs, and then, yeah. And then just picks up the belt. Wham! Cracks him in the face with it, which, whew. Now you know Triple H is really running shit, because I honestly, I ain't seen nobody using the title as a weapon since like maybe early mid-2000s during like the Ruthless Aggression era. But yeah. So yeah. That's it. So that's it for this week's show, folks. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure you go check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to go to whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparels. Help support the show, and also, perfect gift for people that you love, people that you hate, or just some shirts that you need to go and pick up to go and get the Goodwill. Highly encourage all three of those, especially the Goodwill one. And folks, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats already on the Twitter. Kenny Killer DSB_IB, Diabolica RA, Surgeon Curry Pants and Dubs in your face. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.